Hello, everybody. It's Monday. It's Juneteenth, or it's a holiday. I think yesterday was Juneteenth, the 19th. And I'm working on my brief section for Vermilion Views for the webpage. What I wanted to do, aside a number of the things that I'm doing here, one of them is my voice. My voice is terrible. I don't know whether it's, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't work too well when I'm trying to dictate or even when I'm trying to talk here. And I want it to be better, so I'm going to exercise it a little bit while I'm doing this morning. Now, I've already dictated all the brief section from the old Vermilion News from the microfilm. Let me turn this a little bit so you can see this. Hello, folks. I had to go back to an older edition of the software to be able to make this particular video. But what I wanted to show you, I'll deal with that some other time. I wanted to show you the microfilm reader where I get the text for the brief section that I was talking about. This is the microfilm reader that I use. I usually also use this to see what I'm doing. But I dictate the text from this microfilm, then onto Microsoft Word, and there you see it there. But I wanted you to see that, the microfilm reader. And I've dictated from there, from the microfilm onto a Word document, which you're looking at right now. Now I'm going back over. I've gone through the whole thing. I choose just little blips from the old Vermilion News to use every week. Then I have to edit it. So that's what I'm doing right now. And what I'm going through now is like where are these headlines. I'm going to go through, like here's Brownhill. I'm going to make it all caps, uppercase, and then bold, italic, underline. That's the way it'll come out when I use it. Some I won't do all caps. Like I don't think this one here, a fine boat, I don't think that needs to be all caps. That can be capitalized each word. Okay. Bold, italic, underline. That's an interesting article, by the way. This one I don't think needs to be all caps either. We talk a lot about Terry Janness this week. I'll talk a little bit about him in a minute. Tony Janness. They misspelled Janness, but that's okay. I'll change that when I get around to doing more editing on these articles. Okay. This will be all caps, Amherst. I think it's easier setting type by hand downstairs than doing this sometimes. It's not Huron, it's Huron. Sometimes it gets it right, sometimes not. I use the dictation software here on this Microsoft Word page. You can dictate. If you see up here, this area right here, it says dictate, watch. There it is right there. That's what I use. It's not 100% good, but it's okay. I used to use drag and dictate, but when I changed, upgraded my operating system, it won't work anymore. So I was disappointed, of course, but I started using Microsoft dictation, and it works okay. I think there's a lot of things that could be improved on it, but that's up to them, not me. I use it. This one doesn't need to be all caps. It has to be each word. This is an article. I'm going to stop here in this article here. First of all, I think they'll do all caps on this one, uppercase. This is an interesting article, and I will have a photograph of this. And this photograph that goes with this is widely been widely published, not only by me but by other people as well. But it talks about Tony Jannus, and this is wrong. The spelling is wrong. It's J-A-N. Can be two N's or one N, but oops. Tony Jannus came to Vermilion, as it says here, with his airplane. It's they call it a flying boat, but it's a neat aircraft. But he had Louis Ingleby, Vermilion's Louis, that's L-E-W-I-S, and Ingleby. Louis Ingleby was a haberdasher here in Vermilion. And as the article goes on to say that he is the heaviest man ever carried on a flying machine. Mr. Ingleby weighed about 340 pounds, and they brought him from Cedar Point, about 20 miles away. Of course, you know where Cedar Point is, over the lake to Vermilion. And they landed at Linwood Park, and that's where the picture is taken, on the beach at Linwood Park. But this was a big deal. And remember, this is 1914. Jannus was very well known during those years. He ended up, during World War I, he was doing some testing some aircraft for I believe the Russian government, and crashed into I think the Black Sea, and he was never found. So that was the end of Tony Jannus. But I have a lot of pictures of Jannus, and you'll see some of them. I might put some with this video. It didn't cross my mind until I got to this part. Because as I say, I'm working on my voice and other things, editing, and I just wanted to try it out. Try my voice out more than anything else. I keep stopping to have to clear my throat all the time, and that doesn't work too well. I can edit the audio, take all of that out, and I do and have. But that's not really the problem. The problem is the quality of my voice. And I've been using digital voices that I have here, using a thing called Talkia, where I have different voices, men, women, and then voices from different countries and stuff like that. And I've been using that software, but I can't get the expressions that I really want. I write differently than I talk. And when my writing goes to some software like this Talkia, where it talks the text that I write out loud, the expressions in a lot of places aren't there, and it's hard to get them to sound right. In certain words, like my friend Frank Homitz, for instance, his name is spelled Homitz. If I try to use Frank's name in a written form that goes to this Talkia software, it comes out Homitz. Well, that's not his name. His name is Homitz. So I had to play around with it until I could get it to sound right. So to get it right, I had to spell it Homitz, and that Homitz came out right. But I can't always get every word to come out right, and I certainly can't get all the expression that I really want in audio to come out. So you either do it like I'm doing it now, or I use the software, the digital software, and have to play with it forever to try to get the sound right. So I'm just going to try working on my own voice for a while. I don't know how it's going to work, but we will see.